Welcome to Diamond.Standard.Gaming, and today we are here at the foot of the hill where our castle is built, and we're going to go ahead and build a giant, I guess, tree village, we'll call it. So we're going to build this giant tree with a village built into it. Today we won't finish it completely. We'll get the tree built, or the main parts of the tree, and we will get one house added into the tree, and then we'll come back on a second build and we'll go ahead and add a couple more buildings to it. So the first thing I do is clear out an area here at the foot of the hill here. We don't need a huge clear area because it's going to be a giant tree, so it's going to kind of stick up above all the normal Minecraft trees here. And then what I decide to do is I'm going to use an oak logs for the tree, because there's a lot of oak trees already around here. There are also some birch trees, but I think we're going to go ahead and stick with the oak tree for now. And then what I do is I kind of draw, an outline of this giant tree trunk. Really kind of freehanding it, not really a huge plan, just want it to be sort of circular, but not exactly, because, trees don't always grow in a perfect, circular shape. So just kind of trying to give it kind of a natural look. Then there we are. There's the outline of the base of our tree, of our giant tree trunk. So you can see it's going to be pretty big, and I think in addition to building houses up in the canopy of the tree, I'm also going to build stuff inside the trunk of the tree eventually. So maybe that'll be a third build. I'm not sure how far I'll take this or not. Depends on how much you guys like this and want to see. So definitely in the comments, let me know what you think of this as you're watching this video, and if there's any cool ideas you would like me to add to it, let me know, and I will incorporate that in a future build. Then I go ahead and I add 10 more blocks on top of that outline of the trunk that we just put in. So you can see here's the base of our massive tree right here. You can imagine this tree is like centuries old, and somebody finally, used it to build a village into it. Kind of the panorama of our tree trunk right there. Then what I do is I just kind of split the trunk into 3 sections, because what I'm going to have is 3 main branches that kind of stick up out of this trunk that we just built here, and each one's going to kind of taper off to one of the ends of this tree trunk. So what I do here is I'm just kind of dividing this space into 3, just so I kind of get an idea of which way each of the 3 branches is going to go. Now these branches are still going to stick up more straight than out, so it's going to be, I might come back later and add more in one of the later builds and add more branches and stuff like that, but so far these are still going to be relatively, part of the, I guess you could say, part of the main branch or whatever of this tree. And you can see there kind of the 3 sections where we're going to build each of our 3 giant branches going up. And each one will taper outward a little as they get higher and higher. So there will actually be space in the middle of this of the tree trunk, which I will probably end up putting some kind of main building. I can imagine that each, maybe each house that's on top of each of these separate branches are like individual houses, and then maybe this one right in the center will be like a community area where everyone can kind of come and use it and share. And then what I do is, I kind of just with like a single wide block tower go up to kind of the height that I think I'm going to make the branch, and kind of go in the general direction that I think I'm going to go to. So I kind of twist it a little bit or whatever and go up a little bit, just to kind of give me a pattern or a template to kind of follow. Then what I do is I go ahead and I add a little bit of thickness around that single tower there, so you can see that's where we're at right now. And it's not done yet. I will continue to add more thickness of that giant branch all the way up. And again, like this entire build probably took about an hour and 5 minutes or so to get to where I did at the end of this. So I don't show you every single step because it's just placing a ton of blocks. There it is, the finished first giant branch that we have sticking up there. And then what I do is I go ahead and kind of draw the outline of where our second branch is going to be, our second giant branch. Oh, then what I go ahead and I do is I just fill in all the open space of the main trunk. So I enclose it. I enclose the main trunk area here. And that way it'll just be easier when I build the next two branches up to place the blocks down. And then here we're just about finished. And you can see there it is all enclosed in there. Then I'm going to go ahead and build the second one here. So I'm going to start with the outline of what our second branch is going to look like. And this branch is kind of facing our castle on this side. Again, just kind of freehanding it and saying, like, I think this is where, you know, this branch should go. If you're building something like this, yeah, you can do it however you want, really. You know, you could build, you know, more than three. You could put, you know, you could have one giant trunk going up. Whatever you think looks cool, you can definitely try out. I'm doing this all freehand. There really wasn't much of a plan ahead of time, other than just thinking that, yeah, I wanted to make a village in a giant tree. So you can see there's the outline. And then here again, the same thing I did on the first tower. I built kind of a, you know, single, you know, block width, you know, branch going up to give me a template to follow. This one I think I make a little bit taller than that first branch. You can see that's where it's going to kind of go. And then what I do is I, you know, fill in that base and kind of taper up and out to where that tower that I just built ended at. And then when I'm done, here is how that second branch looks. So you can see it's a little taller than the first. A little different shape. And again, I think it'd be cool if I had some smaller branches sticking more vertically, or sorry, more horizontally out from these branches. I think that'll really make it look a lot more like a tree. But I think it has the pretty good shape and size right now for what the tree looks like, or for what a tree should look like. Yeah, I should go ahead and fill in a couple more of those blocks to level out the rest of the main trunk there. And then I go ahead and I kind of draw in the outline of where the third branch is going to go. And there's the third branch. Now this is going to be the tallest and also the kind of the thickest branch of the three. And same concept as the last two. I build a single, you know, width tower, kind of twisting and going upwards in the direction that I want the tower, or that I want the branch to go. And then what I do is I just kind of taper outwards and upwards towards the top of that branch, or towards the top of that tower, until you know, it looks, you know, until the branch is thick enough and it looks like it's strong enough to support itself. You can see the castle there in the distance, so it's not quite as tall as the castle would be, but it is a pretty giant tree. So then, yeah, I go here and I'll fill in all the way around here, and here we are at the top now. I filled in a whole bunch of spaces here. You can see that right there is pretty much how our third giant branch is looking. Fill in a couple more spots here. And you can see there is our giant third branch. So let me know so far what you think of this tree. If you have any pointers on, what can I do differently, definitely let me know in the comments. So as I continue to refine this build, I can make it look even better. So this is kind of the circling around the tree here, showing how it looks. And then I kind of go off here in a distance with the fog to kind of show you what the tree looks like from there, from a far distance. So it's kind of cool. You can imagine if you were playing Minecraft and you kind of see this out in the distance. It's a pretty impressive looking structure. It would be really cool to kind of, you'd see that. You'd be like, that's cool. I want to explore that. That looks like some really cool structure. Alright, and then what we're going to do over here is we're going to go ahead and build our first little tree house into our tree. That's going to be part of our tree village here. So I'm going ahead and I'm building a platform. Really a pretty simple little house. I mean, it can't be that big because it's up in the top of the tree canopy, so if it was too big, the tree wouldn't be able to support it. But I go ahead and build a little platform. Then what I go ahead and do is I will add some upside down stairs to kind of, make it, look like it's supported, and sturdy. So it's not just sitting on a single little log piece like it was right there. And I'm using the, I guess this is is birch or is this oak stairs? I think that's oak stairs, right? Or maybe it's birch, I don't know. Birch planks, I'm not sure. Again, just something a little different to contrast the standard, tree, so it stands out a little bit better. And then I think I go ahead and I fill in, I make the stairs kind of taper out one more level high. So to do that, I just fill in the existing platform right here. And then what I will do is I will go ahead and build the house, which I think I make about 4 or 5 blocks tall. Once I get to the very and then here I go ahead and add one last layer of stairs, and then that will be our completed platform. And then we can go ahead and get started building our house on top of the platform. Alright, there's our complete platform, and then I go ahead and just go around the perimeter of this and build blocks, put blocks down. And then I think I end up building it 4 or 5 blocks tall, so you can see it really is a pretty small house. Maybe a tiny bit bigger than your standard villager house that, exists in Minecraft by default. That's how it's looking. I think I want to build one more level up on top of this one. One more high, one more taller. And it'll be pretty cool, I think, because the other 2 that I'll build on top of each of those giant branches that we have, I'll build a slightly different shape. Maybe one I'll build a little wider. Maybe I'll build one really tall, just to give it a whole lot of variety. Maybe I'll build them different colors too. Maybe I'll build one out of dark oak wood or something like that. Then I go ahead here and I throw the roof on all the way around the perimeter. Or I go and I throw the entire roof on the building and fill that little center spot with a oak block up on top. And then I go ahead and cut in a an overhang all the way around the top. I go ahead and cut an overhang all the way around the perimeter of the building. I then go ahead and cut a window right in the center of each of those walls and fill it up with green glass. And then I thought to myself, this would look cool if this had like a little balcony kind of sticking out one side here. So that's what I'm trying to add right here. I eventually get to this point and it looks like this, and I throw a dark oak door in there. And I say that looks cool, but it would be even better if that balcony wrapped all the way around the entire building. So that's what I go and do, and this is what I end up right here. Looks like this. So yeah, let me know what you think of our giant village tree build so far. And like I said, we're going to have at least 2 more buildings on top of each of the main branches. Probably build a building in the center there between the 3 branches. And then I would like to build, some stairs coming up the main trunk in the center. And then as far as I can, I want to get up with stairs inside the tree. And then eventually I'll have to probably come out of the tree and use a ladder so that we can get up into each of the tree houses. But yeah, let me know what you think of this build so far, and again, let me know any ideas you have that you might want us to incorporate into this. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a great day.